In this video, we're gonna predict Niall Horan's new album. Electric, acoustic, all of it. It's gonna be One Direction AM vibes. I love the title of this song. If we don't have like show terminology, the One Direction song Live While We're Young, I think it's gonna be very small talk-y. Niall is a guitar lad. It's always more fun to see people fail, so here I am. Hi, my name is Bella, and in this video we're gonna predict Niall Horan's new album. So grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or some snacks, and we'll get into the video. I am gonna be talking about Niall's new album called The Show. We're gonna go over what I think it's gonna sound like, what predictions, what thoughts, what wishes I have for the album. As you can see, I have made some slides, 6 slides in fact. I tried to theme the PowerPoint to the album aesthetic, so I hope you appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, before we get into it, I've covered Heaven already on my channel, so I'll link it down below so you can go check it out afterwards. I really liked how it turned out, so I'm excited to cover more of the album. Before we get into it, I just wanted to point out that this is just for fun. If you disagree, if you have some thoughts, if I say something that annoys you, let me know in the comments, but don't take things too seriously. It's just for fun. I'm also aware that he has posted snippets of all of the songs, and I have watched that video once, but I quickly decided to forget about it because it just ruined the vibe of this video. You know, it's always more fun to see people fail, so here I am. I will not include Heaven in my predictions video because Heaven's already out, so why would I, predict it? I will also be doing a reacting to my predictions video once the album drops, so future Bella, hello. As always, I'm interested in hearing your opinions. If you agree, disagree, if you've watched all the snippets and can tell me exactly how wrong I am, please feel free to do so. I will greatly enjoy being made fun of in my comment section. That's what it's there for. And also, I will be covering most, if not all, of the songs from the album when it drops. So stay tuned for that, because you don't want to miss out on it. I promise you, you don't want to miss out on it, because it's, they're pretty good, if I may say so myself. But actually, let's get into the actual predictions now. Overall, I think the album will be very funky in sound. I know Niall said that it was going to be pretty retro in sound, and it also correlates to the next point, which is more odd sounds. For example, in Heaven, we had the siren in the back, the wee wee. I think he's going to have more of those like odd ear candy type of sounds. And I'm very excited for that. I appreciate it. I think it makes a song way more interesting. I also think we're gonna have more references to like sun, sky, clouds, shine, angel throughout the entire album. Also candle, burning, all of that. I think it's gonna be a generally upbeat album and very guitar dominated because it's Niall. Harry likes his trumpets and his horns, Louis likes his violins and strings, and Niall is a guitar lad. And I am excited for all the guitar sounds, electric, acoustic, all of it. I want all of it, maybe a ukulele? 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 Either way, the mini guitar, maybe, if he's feeling wild, maybe he'll add that, because I think it counts as a guitar in a way. I think he's also gonna be lyrically somewhere between Louis and Harry on a spectrum. I have a video where I explained this theory, and I will link it up there so you can go check that out. I also compare them to dogs, which in the context makes a lot of sense, but out of context does not make any sense. But it is an interesting watch, so I'd highly recommend watching that video after this video. Lastly, I think we're gonna have way more high notes than we've had from Niall in previous albums. Previously, I haven't associated Niall with high notes as such, but for Heaven, he obviously belted out that high note that was iconic, and I think that he's gonna bring back more high notes and just, have fun with it. Now with the overall predictions done, I have predictions for every single song on the album. If You Leave Me is the second song on the album, and I don't think he would make the second song on the album a sad song because that would kind of ruin the mood once you start. So I think that means that the vibe has to be, if you leave me, I'm gonna be just fine. If you leave me, it doesn't matter because I'm good on my own. I think the production overall is gonna be really nice. Guitar, probably electric with some epic drums. So maybe some gang vocals, that could be fun too. In terms of meltdown, I think we're gonna have a Candle reference. Something like, you were so hot, you're causing a meltdown. I think it's also gonna be very like in the vibe of, what's the song? Tell me what you want because you know I want it too. Let's give a small talk. I think it's gonna be very small talk-y in like production or vibe. For Never Grow Up, I think it's gonna be a really good production because I've heard the snippet, the never grow up. I think also Julian produced it and he tends to put out some really good stuff for the boys, so I have high hopes. I would love for there to be a mention of Peter Pan or something like that, or Turn Back Time or Rewind or something like that. I think that could be really good. I also put the One Direction song Live While We're Young because I think that's the vibe, not production wise or like genre wise, but lyrically and, you know, message wise. I think that's gonna be what it is. Also, I wrote upbeat, and I think that connects with the production. So next, for the show, I think since it's the title track, it has to be epic. The production has to be massive. It has to be over the top. There's gonna be gang vocals. I'm not gonna lie, I would be a little bit disappointed if we don't have like show terminology, like tickets, like find your seats, show, like general show terminology, or like a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, or like cell phones on silent. I just want something fun that has show terminology in this song. That's all I want. For You Could Start a Cult, I have heard the song. I've heard the snippet he posted on live. I also covered the snippet that he put out. I'll link it down below as usual. And I love the title of this song. I think we're gonna have words such as devotion, attached, follow blindly, and I think it's going to be very guitar heavy in the production. I know he played it on guitar and live, but I think the production itself is also going to be very guitar heavy, and I'm excited for that. Save My Life, I think in the album, you know, track list situation, I think this is the time in the album where you kind of have the ballad section of the album. I want it to be very San Francisco-y in vibe, something in the line of I need you to save my life or won't you save my life. And a last thought, I think he's gonna have the word night in there because it rhymes-ish with life. For On a Night Like Tonight, I pray, I hope, I beg that it's gonna be One Direction AM vibes. It's just, it would really do something for my soul, I think. So my hope is, my prediction is that it's gonna be AM vibes, manifesting it. Also, I think it's gonna be mid-tempo. And I think we're gonna have words like eyes or shine or stars or moon or something in that sense, like night references. I think there's maybe gonna be drinking references. And also, I think if you've heard Sam Smith's One Day at a Time, I think it could be a good comparison of what I'm envisioning in my head. I don't think it's actually gonna be it, but I manifest it because that would be so good. Science was one of the songs that I immediately, when I read the track list, I was like, this is going to be interesting, this is going to be good, along with You Could Start a Cult. Again, the title is just kind of unique and you don't really know what to expect, but I hope it's a ballad. And I also think in general in the lyrics we're going to have some like the word crying or tears or something like that. If it's a ballad with guitars or whatnot, I think, or I would hope, that there is some really cool atmospheric background sounds to give more depth and more emotion to the song. I also crossed my fingers a little bit for a violin somewhere in this album, and if it's a ballad, then I want it to be in this song. I think it's going to be similar, or I hope it's going to be similar to his song Flicker. And yeah, I want an emotional ballad, and this is going to be it. This is going to be it. I can feel it in my bones. And lastly, for the end of the album, Must Be Love, I think it's gonna be an epic, dancey ending to the album. Like, ending on a high note for the entire album, and, you know, I think the vibe is gonna be in the sense of, if I'm feeling like this, then it must be love. So, like, feeling and, like, you look beautiful, and, like, the way I'm feeling, da-da-da-da-da, it must be love. I think it would be a good ending to the album. To conclude, this album is going to be great regardless of what I've said here, regardless of whether the songs actually sound like the way I hope, but I mean, I'm sure they're going to be great anyways. Basically, this video was kind of pointless, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways, because I enjoy doing these talking videos, and I feel like some of you guys enjoy it too, because you've been asking whether I would ever do videos other than singing videos, so here's one. I also have a playlist with a lot of other talking videos. Also, as I said, I will be covering most of the show when it comes out, so please subscribe, stay tuned so you don't miss out. I also have a TikTok account and an Instagram account. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll come back when the album is out and I make a Did I Predict the Show reaction to the show predictions video. Damn, that was a lot. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!